Hey guys. Um, oh man, I look like a mess. I just like came off working and stuff. Yeah, it's just the morning. Cause I work night shifts at Starbucks. Yeah. Cut my bangs. And, yeah, I'm a mess. But I thought I would make a YouTube video because, and I'm gonna call it how to be vegan, but it's not actually that. Well, kind of. It's more, I guess, like my story about how I became vegan and how I did it, I guess. And the reason I feel the need to do this is because, oh my god, so much glare in the glasses. Okay, is because I've been vegan, fully vegan for like 2 weeks now, which like isn't a long time, but I've been vegetarian for 7 months since like December, um, and and I've been like slowly converting to be vegan for a long time, and it's something I've like wanted to do for a long time, and I finally did it. So I'm making this video because a lot of people ask me about it, and a lot of people don't agree with it, which is fine, but it's just kind of yeah, like I don't know, like, and I know there's lots of people out there, even just like people I know that are like thinking about doing it or want to know about it. So this is just like my opinion and like why, I guess. And I mean, I think I could go on forever, but I'm probably forgetting things. And yeah, if you have questions or like whatever, just comment below and I'll for sure answer them. And yeah, or if you're looking for like vegan meal ideas, if you like want to try it, then check my Instagram because I post a lot of stuff, vegan meals and stuff, which is 5PeaksBeyond5Pokin, which speaks beyond spoken with five. And yeah, so you could go there. Yeah, so 7 months ago, like I said, I became a vegetarian for mostly health purposes. I wanted like I I haven't really been eating red meat for 2 years. I don't really like it, and it just like doesn't make me feel very good. So I wasn't eating red meat already, and then I just decided that I wanted to stop eating meat and be vegetarian for health purposes. Yeah, I just wanted to. I knew my body felt better eating that way, and it wasn't really had a lot to do with animal cruelty. At first, like the very first thing was like my health. I wanted to be healthier, and yeah, so I became a vegetarian, and it was kind of hard a little bit at first, but you just have to make sure you're educated, and like for me, like I believe that like people need to ease into it. Like I know some vegans, like friends of mine that have just like bam, like just gone cold vegan, but that's really hard, especially if you're not used to it and you don't know and you're not very educated on it. So I would like suggest easing into it, like me myself, like 2 years without red meat, and by the time I had decided to be a vegetarian, I rarely ate meat. Like I maybe ate meat once or twice a week, and it was like chicken or fish, and yeah, and so yeah, I really eased into it, and then I became a vegetarian, and I just did a lot of research on it, and I watched. I'm not gonna go too in depth, but just like some places where I looked and got my research is like I watched lots of documentaries because I'm really into documentaries as it is, and um, they explain them really well. So the first one I saw that really converted me into being vegetarian at first was Food Inc., which is about food in general, but I just found like that the meat side of it just really disgusted me even more. Like of course, like the GMO'd food products, like fruits and vegetables, it's like it sucks and it's terrible, terrible, and we have no idea what GMO'd food products can do to our bodies. Um, which is why I try to like buy organic, which is hard sometimes. But I mean, you just hit like you can go to your local farmer's market or like labeling, but even then, like you're not too sure. But I just found like the meat side of it really, really just grossed me out, and I just like didn't want to eat it anymore. So yeah, Food Inc. is a really good one. And like even if you just like YouTube different different documentaries. There's lots of them, but Food Inc. is the number one that I first watched that really impacted me. So that was great. And so yeah, vegetarian 7 months, and I have lots of people that have influenced me into wanting to be vegan. Like I would have like long talks with a really good friend of mine who's vegan about it, and I was still having cheese and milk and stuff, and he was basically like, oh, like why, and because of like everything that goes into it. And I mean, like, you kind of have to do your own research, and it's all based on opinion, of course. But I just like, yeah, I don't know. The thing that really broke me into being vegan was like, first of all, like, I feel 100 times better, like even better than I have been when I like being vegetarian, and it's like awesome, and I'm like really motivated, and I'm always eating really healthy things, and yeah, I just feel really energized and wonderful eating vegan, and so that's good. But like on the animal cruelty side, I watched a documentary called Earthlings, and I've seen a billion other things, but Earthlings is the one that was like really hit me hard, because it's a full documentary about it, so it's not just a 5-minute like YouTube clip where you don't know what's coming from. It's an educated film documentary about this subject, and yeah, Earthlings is like really good, and it definitely turned me away from all animal products. And another thing that really turned me away was I watched a debate, and I don't even remember what it was called, but well, I do remember what it was called, but I don't have the link or anything anymore. But it was a debate about whether we should eat vegan, or actually I guess it was vegetarian, but whether we should eat vegetarian or whether we should eat omnivore. But the vegetarian side, they were talking more like they were aiming towards trying to get people to be vegetarian, because obviously you have to kind of do that first, in my opinion. But they were talking, and they were leaning more towards like vegan, because he even mentioned in the debate, one of the vegan side people mentioned Earthlings, and yeah, and so that was what made me watch it. And yeah, that debate was it's like educated people on both sides, so then it's not as biased, and you get the omnivore side and the vegan side, vegetarian, whatever, and you kind of get to hear both sides and decide for yourself. And I thought that was really cool. And these are like I said before, I'm rambling, but like really educated people on these topics, and it just like made more sense to me, this like vegetarian vegan side. And yeah, and like it's sweet. Like that's basically why I did it. I don't know, I might be missing something, but like it's just like how you feel, and just like caring about the world you live in. And yeah, watch those documentaries. I could start listing things, but all of the things I'm listing you can literally see in those documentaries, so just like watch those, do your research, and yeah, it's just great. Like, this is like becoming vegan was like the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and it like I really hope it sticks, and I really hope it stays, and I feel like it would. Like, I'm really passionate about it. Like, I actually changed my career path, and I'm going to be studying to be a dietitian as soon as I upgrade some courses, and I'm hopefully going to specialize in like vegan and vegetarian diets, because the only thing that sucks about vegan and vegetarian diets is like a lot of people argue, you can't sustain yourself properly, but you can. You just have to do it properly, and you just have to know how to do it. And I'm not perfect, and I mean, I'm still learning about it, but that's why I want to specialize on it, and maybe have my own like business or company on vegan and vegetarian diets, and helping people do them right and do them healthily, and so you don't become anemic or whatever. Like, I know a friend of mine became anemic from being just vegetarian, but it's because she wasn't eating properly, and like, anyone can become anemic if you're not eating properly, whether you're vegetarian or omnivore, if you're carnivore, like whatever, it's just eating properly, and fortunately, like, I haven't become anemic or anything. Like, I try to keep a really balanced diet and get everything in, and like, supplements sometimes are definitely needed in being vegan, but I haven't really taken any. I took omega 369 when I was just vegetarian, and I haven't taken it in a while actually. And lots of people tell me that I should take supplements, but it kind of all depends. I bought something, or I bought like a protein like shake, like an I don't know, it's called Vega One or Vega One, I don't know, but it's vegetarian and or vegan, and yeah, it's like got all these like minerals and vitamins that you need, like B12. You can't be, I'm pretty sure, or this is what I've read, that you can't get B12 from any fruits or vegetables. So it has it in this like powder, like protein shake thing, and so that's cool. And like there's a bunch of other stuff, and like calcium, you can get that from almond milk. And like there's just so many, like you just have to look and be educated on where you can get all your like nutrients and stuff from. And I guess another thing worth mentioning as well is if like my mom is really based on the Canada Food Guide, and I actually looked into that, and Canada Food Guide obviously has 4 food groups, which are, you know, meat is one, and dairy is one. But it also says under those categories meat and alternatives, and dairy and alternatives. So I'm still getting all my 4 food groups. I'm just using the alternatives instead of the meat and the dairy. So yeah. Gosh, I don't even know what else to say about it, but I think I've rambled long enough. It's been quite a long ramble, and I mean, I may make more videos about this, like I don't know, whatever you guys want to see, like meals that I do, and whatever. And oh yeah, I guess one last thing I want to say is too is that, like, I'm an athlete. I do triathlons, and I did 10K like a week or 2 weeks ago or something, and I run, and I try to be really healthy and athletic, and I do yoga, and like I do a lot of stuff, and so, you know, I'd consider myself an athletic person or a pretty fit person, and I'm still, like, I'm never tired, I'm never exhausted anymore. And there was a point where I was, before I was vegan, I was feeling really exhausted and really tired, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm anemic because I'm getting lots of sleep, and I don't know why, but I think it's honestly because of the fact that I was still not eating vegan, and as soon as I was eating vegan, that stopped for me. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm an athlete, and it's totally capable for me to be vegan and an athlete, and I know lots of other people that are vegan and athletes, and you don't need it, in my opinion. So but yeah, so I could do more videos perhaps on this topic, and yeah, just comments, questions, and yeah. So thanks for watching, and this is quite a ramble, but like, subscribe, dislike, I guess, if you dislike it, comment, yeah, and have a good day.